Good morning, friends. I am Gerrick Angel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am an ordained minister, a spiritual counselor, and an intuitive living coach. And I am here to invite you to dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. Dream bigger, vibe higher, and watch it happen. And so, my intention is to share with you practices that you can incorporate into the life that you already have. Just small little practices that can really make a big result, that can really help you to manifest the life that you really want to manifest. And so, a couple of days ago, we started a series on the power of gratitude for raising your vibration. Now, gratitude does more than raise your vibration because gratitude also re educates your beliefs. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in another video. But right now, what I want to talk about, regarding gratitude, particularly in this video, is a practice that can assist you in maintaining that high vibration of gratitude throughout your day. Again, these are just simple practices to incorporate into the life that you already have. So you don't have to stop doing something and start doing something else. You don't have to decide to be a vegan today because that's going to work, and think that that's going to do it. You don't have to decide that I've never meditated in my entire life and now all of a sudden I have to commit to sitting down, in the silence for 45 days. It's not like that. I want you to start right where you are, okay? And not talk yourself out of supporting yourself, okay? Instead, let's use the life that you already have, and we'll just incorporate a couple of little practices into it that will help us raise the vibration. And so, what I want to talk about today is using technology to support your gratitude practice, using technology to support your gratitude practice. Now, many of you are watching me on your smartphone. Many of you are watching me on your computer. Some of you are watching me on your television. Some of you are watching on a tablet. We all have technology. And so, since we have technology, let's not say that it's not going to help us. Let's use it to help us instead. How can technology help us? So, again, we're talking the practice of gratitude. I talked in a previous video about starting your day, making a gratitude list. If you've done that, great. If not, watch that video and then you might want to incorporate that into your daily routine. And by the way, while I'm at it, let me just invite you to do a couple of things. If you want to get the full benefit of this series on gratitude, or if you're just interested in what I want to share, the practices that I want to share, I invite you to click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell so that you can see whenever I post a new video. And by all means, if you're enjoying this video, if you're finding value out of it, please give it a thumbs up. And finally, I love to hear in the comments how your life is changing as a result of you implementing these practices. So I'm looking for things like, wow, I started this and this happened. I started this and my prayer was answered. I started this and I ran into an obstacle, but I remembered this practice and it shifted everything. So I definitely love to hear in the comments how these practices are affecting your life. So let's get into it. We have technology right off the bat. I'm going to talk about my iPhone. I love my iPhone, but I'm not married to it like a lot of people are. I have it set so that it doesn't have a sound every time I get an email. It doesn't. It does have a sound if somebody sends me a text message or if it rings. But a couple of settings that I have, and these are for my personal peace. I'm just going to share them with you, just for me to keep peace within myself. I don't need, I've got like 6 email accounts on this one little phone. I don't need a bell every time I get an email. I just don't. Yes, I use email a lot for work, but the reality is when I'm ready, it'll be there for me. So I don't need an alert every single time I get an email. So that's a setting I set in my phone so that that does not happen. The other thing is, a lot of well-meaning friends and family members will send out group text when they have a lot of information to share, or perhaps I'm part of several different groups that just want to stay connected, and they're all well-meaning. You know, typically it's prayer requests or announcements of answered prayers, things like that. That's fantastic. But if I'm on a group with more than 2 people on it, that means more than just me and one other one, then I set that group so that I do not get alerts. So if I look at my phone, I will see that I have a message, but it's not going to ring every time someone posts to one of those groups. Because if you're in a group of 10 people and one person posts something, then you could potentially have 9 responses to it or even more. And frankly, that to me is a disruption of peace, and it could borderline end up becoming anxiety. So for me, when you go into the group, there is a setting that says hide notifications or something like that. So I have it set that way. Anyway, a little bit of background on me on that part. So how do I use this to support my gratitude practice? So one of the beautiful things about the iPhone is it's got a calendar. It's also got alerts and reminders. So a couple of things that I can do is I can set a reminder to come on maybe every 3 hours. I could have a message pop up every 3 hours, just the word gratitude. So I could set that in the reminders or alerts. I don't remember which one it is. So that's one thing. So look for reminders or alerts, and you could set them, either set multiple ones like at different times throughout the day, or you can set it to happen, every so often. There's another feature that the iPhone has, and Android, I'm sure, has similar things, because one ripped it off from the other one. I'm not going to say who did what. I'm just going to say I have an iPhone. Anyway, there's another feature that I really love, and that is I can set a reminder to happen when I'm at a certain place or when I leave a certain place. So for instance, I can set a reminder to ring a bell or alert me when I leave my front door, or when I arrive at the parking structure at work, or when I'm getting out of my car. The phone is that smart. It will know, okay, Gerrick is walking past the coffee shop that he always walks past on his way to work. Let's remind him. And so the reminder will just come up, gratitude. And so the practice for me would be to take a couple of deep breaths and start listing in my mind what I'm grateful for. And as I've said in a previous video, we don't have to reach for lofty things. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm grateful for world peace. I'm grateful that this beautiful baby was born. Yeah, those are great things. But sometimes it'll be things like, I'm grateful that my favorite parking space was still available. I'm grateful that my favorite barista was working this morning and I got a smile and some really nice conversation along with my tea. It can be anything. The important thing is to keep our attention on gratitude. 2 things we're doing. One, we're raising our vibration, because gratitude is a high vibration. And as I've said previously, if there's something you want in your life that isn't appearing, it's because we haven't reached that vibration. Okay. It is vibrating higher than we are. So we have to get there. And gratitude is one of the tools that helps us get there, because 1, gratitude's a high vibration, but 2, while you're in this attitude of gratitude, you really can't exercise and practice lack. And so as we're practicing the high vibration of gratitude, we are retraining ourselves. We're creating a new set point. We're creating a new set point where our basic vibration is a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. And as we continue practicing, our set point will be a little bit higher. So it will be more automatic for us to be vibrating higher. When we vibrate higher, we can achieve better, we can manifest better, and we can relax and allow the universe to support us. So one thing is using your smartphone, your technology of your smartphone. If you work in an office at a computer, most offices use Microsoft Outlook. Outlook has a wonderful calendar in it. And again, you can set in your calendar different times throughout the day that you want an Outlook reminder to pop up, and it'll pop up and maybe it'll say gratitude. And that's your reminder to take a couple of deep breaths and just list what you're grateful for. Anything. Wow, I opened this box of Bic pens and the pen that I pulled out writes beautifully. I'm so thankful that I didn't have to get up from my desk to get more paper to write on. I'm thankful that the temperature here is well. Anything, it doesn't matter. Just take at least 30 seconds to reflect on what you're grateful for. And again, you're training yourself to to think of higher vibration thoughts. You're resetting your set point to a higher place. And while you're thinking of gratitude, you can't be rehearsing lack and limitation. There's no room for both thoughts at the same time. So we're retraining ourselves while we are raising our vibration. So again, easy practices that can work with the life that you already have. So Outlook reminders are one thing. The other thing is, again, we're using the life that we already have, right? I remember one time I worked at a department store and I was the warehouse manager, and it was a multi-level store. And so a lot of my time was spent in a freight elevator, and a lot of that time was alone. And so I decided that every time I got in the freight elevator, as soon as the door closed, from the time I left that floor to the time the door opened on the next floor, I would just run through gratitude, run through what I'm grateful for, run through what I'm thankful for. I would use that practice because I was always going to be getting in an elevator. I might as well let it serve me. And so that's another way to incorporate gratitude into the life that you already have. Maybe you work in an office and you have to go to the photocopier quite often, but every once in a while, you got to pull out the drawer and put more paper in. Well, how about every time I have to put paper in the photocopier, I take a deep breath and start with my gratitude practice. What am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? What do I appreciate? What's good in my life? So that could be another way to use the life that you already have to support your gratitude practice. So again, the important things is use the life you have. You don't have to exchange it. You don't have to learn to meditate. You don't have to become a vegan. But what you have to do is be interested in raising your vibration. Be interested in dreaming bigger, vibing higher, and watching it happen. And so, again, simple practices. Let technology support you. Let technology support you. How else can technology support you? The notification bell. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video comes up. And by all means, if you're interested and like this video, give me a thumbs up. And I'd love to hear in the comments what practices you've incorporated and the results you've seen from them. So again, I'm Gerrick Angel. Thank you for watching, and have an absolutely beautiful day. I'll see you in a few days with another video as we continue to allow the practice of gratitude to raise our vibration. Thank you. Have a great day.